Just days ago, the world lost one of the most recognizable drummers in rock history. Frank Beard, the legendary drummer of ZZ Top, has died at the age of 77. But now, as fans remember the man behind the unmistakable Texas Shuffle, new details are emerging about his final days. And one important question remains: what do we know about Frank Beard's final moments, and have funeral plans been announced? Here's what has been confirmed so far. Frank Beard died on August 17, 2026, at his ranch in Richmond, Texas. According to reports, Beard had been receiving hospice care, and his family was by his side when he died. His cause of death has not been publicly disclosed. That detail has given fans a glimpse into his final moments, not through a dramatic public appearance, but surrounded by the people closest to him. After more than 5 decades on stage, Beard's final chapter was spent away from the spotlight, with his family beside him. In the period leading up to his death, Beard had stepped away from ZZ Top's touring schedule because of health issues. Reports say he had previously taken time away from the road and later returned to performing. One of his final known performances came during ZZ Top's touring years, but his health eventually forced him to take another leave from the band's schedule. The band had recently canceled performances following his condition. At the time, fans knew Beard was dealing with health problems, but few could have imagined that they were witnessing the final chapter of his extraordinary career. Following Beard's death, ZZ Top guitarist and co-founder Billy Gibbons paid tribute to his longtime friend and collaborator. Gibbons described Beard as an incredibly innovative drummer and a true son of Texas. For Gibbons, this wasn't simply the loss of a bandmate. It was the loss of someone who had shared the ZZ Top journey with him for decades. Beard had been part of the band since its formation in 1969, helping create the rhythm behind songs that became rock classics. 56 years of ZZ Top. Frank Beard spent approximately 56 years with ZZ Top. Think about that for a moment. Decade after decade, album after album, concert after concert, Beard remained behind the drum kit. He helped power some of the band's biggest songs, including Sharp Dressed Man, Legs, Gimme All Your Lovin', and LaGrange. ZZ Top eventually sold tens of millions of records and became one of the most recognizable rock groups in American music. In 2004, the trio was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The funeral plans. And now comes the question many fans are asking: when and where will Frank Beard's funeral take place? At this time, no confirmed public funeral date or location has been announced in the reliable reports we found. So if you see social media posts claiming that a specific funeral date, church, cemetery, or memorial service has already been officially confirmed, be careful. Those details should be treated as unverified unless they come directly from Beard's family, representatives, ZZ Top, or another authoritative source. What is confirmed is that Beard died at his Texas ranch surrounded by family. His musical legacy. Frank Beard's importance to ZZ Top went far beyond simply keeping time. His distinctive drumming helped create the groove that made the band's music instantly recognizable. While Billy Gibbons became famous for his guitar work and Dusty Hill became an iconic bassist, Beard provided the heartbeat. And ironically, despite being the only member of the classic trio without the enormous signature beard, Frank Beard became one of the most famous beards in rock history. His playing was tight, powerful, and unmistakably Texas. One of the most emotional parts of this story is that Beard had previously expressed his wish for ZZ Top to continue. Following his death, the band has indicated that it will keep performing. ZZ Top recently returned to the stage in Austin, where the band honored Beard during its first performance following his death. The music will continue, but there will always be an empty space behind the drum kit, where Frank Beard once sat. For more than half a century, Frank Beard helped give ZZ Top its unmistakable sound. He performed in front of generations of fans, survived the changing music industry, and remained a constant part of one of America's most enduring rock bands. Now, his final chapter has come to an end. His family was with him during his final moments, and his musical legacy will continue every time those famous ZZ Top songs are played. As fans wait for official information about funeral or memorial arrangements, one thing is already certain: Frank Beard will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, Frank Beard. And thank you for the music. If you enjoyed this tribute, Subscribe for more updates and stories, remembering the legends who shaped music history.